Okay, welcome back to lesson 2 of 2 Point Perspective. Once again, apologies that I'm not with you in person, but I'm hoping that you are finding this beneficial and that you can actually use it for your GCSEs in the future as well. And for those that do art, you can use it for art, but just remember that there's only 2 rules with this one. Every vertical line is parallel to one another, and every other line goes either to the left vanishing point or the right vanishing point. Okay, so last lesson, you should have ended up with something that looks something like this. I did ask you to put your own design in there if you wanted to put decking in there, a balcony and so on, and just to explore some extra things that you could put in there. Now, if you don't have your sheet, do not worry. You can go back to the other lesson that's on this PowerPoint to be able to redo something. If there's something that you're unsure of, your teacher can go back on video number 1 and you can redo that. That's absolutely fine. But what we need to end up with is something that has this kind of detail to it. We're almost there with this one, but I am going to use something that I have done earlier, which is this one here, just to make sure that we can put all the details that we need onto this cantilever house. Okay, so what I want to do in this lesson is just to add even further details into the building itself. So at the moment, you can see now the windows look a bit 2D. The balcony here is looking a little bit bland. I haven't got anything on the decking. I might think maybe just put something else at the top here. I'm not too sure. So the first thing I'm going to do is go around the windows. Now, top windows, if you're on the right hand side, if you double up your lines like so, and because we are looking up, we would see the bottom of the window here. Like so. And what that gives you is a bit of a 3D effect. Now, if I add these quickly to every single window that I have, so again, I'm using that vertical line, making sure that it is parallel. I'm keeping to that vanishing point on the right-hand side there. I'm just doubling up on there. And you can see the difference that already makes. Now, the downstairs windows, a little bit different. Because we are downstairs, we're not going to see the top of the window, so it is going to be the bottom here. So all I'm going to do is just line that up, double down on the lines here, like so. And then I'd still see that right hand side, like so. And that just makes it pop out just that little bit more. So if I compared it with another one that I have, so if you look at this, so we're just focusing on these windows here, now looking at the way it looks, you can see that there's a massive difference in detail there just by doubling up a couple of lines. Now you could do the same thing for all the windows that you have around here, because these are on the bottom floor. I'm just going to double up on the bottom sill, like so. Double up on the edge here. And again, if you make mistakes, it doesn't matter. You are here to learn. So mistakes is absolutely fine. So just doubling up, just to make it a little bit more 3D. Now, what I would like you to do, the teacher's now going to pause the video, and I'd just like you to add these details in there. Okay, hopefully you've got a bit extra details in there. So let's look at the decking here. Now, if you've got a decking, some of you might not have it. You will usually have decking that's got a lot of planks that's been put down. So I'm just going to re-put the vanishing point. Now, again, it doesn't matter how small the line is, how thin it is. Every line has to either be, well, every vertical line is parallel to one another. Every other line has to go to either the right or left vanishing point. So you can see now I'm just using that pivot technique again, just keeping that in the middle of the vanishing point, filling these up. Now it is much easier if you've got a sharp pencil with this as well. So again, I'm not measuring anything here, I'm just using it by eye. Just go into that vanishing point, just adding these planks in just to add that little bit more detail. So for those that are thinking of becoming an architect or going into engineering in the future, everything has to be detailed. So if you want to draw something, you need to make sure that is completely detailed. And again, we are starting to see a big difference with this and that. Just those little details. Now to show that these are windows, I'm just going to add a couple of lines to show the reflection. Nothing big, just nice and light. Same thing here. Like so. Okay, the teacher's now going to pause the video for you just to add some extra details. Okay, just to show you some extra details that I have done on here now. So you can see that with the balcony, I've split these into panels. So now that shows that I've got maybe 3 glass panels there. They might be wooden, you might want to put the lines through. Again, from last lesson, I also put the ceiling up. So I've got a tongue and groove wooden panels at the top here, 3 spotlights. I've added the density of the lines here, the thickness of the lines, just to make it pop out a little bit more, and also with the 3D effect of the windows. That is looking quite good there now. Okay, now I've decided to extend. So I'm thinking of extending it, maybe getting something on the roof here, maybe an outbuilding where the roof can be my garden, so I can have like roof parties or something there. So what I'm going to do is this. Now, same technique as last time. Right at the back here, I am going to raise that up, making sure that it's parallel with this vertical line here and all these vertical lines going straight up. And then I am going to go to the right vanishing point. And the only thing I'm going to do is pivot, and I'm going to draw a line across like so. This is now giving me the opportunity to add something on top of this building. So what I've got already is the start of the new build. So I'm going to go here, slide this across, and let's say that I want the building to stop there. And then I'll add to the left vanishing point. I'm going to stop it there and then just bring this down there. So what I've done there now is just add an extra building on the top. Yours might look completely different. Yours might be shorter, yours might be longer. But this is what I would like you to do this lesson, is to take your time, start developing this left and right vanishing point rules, making sure that every vertical line is parallel to one another. Every other line either goes to the left vanishing point or the right vanishing point. So once you've got that building at the top, you've got the skills that you've learned with this to be able to add some extra things on there. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'll do a demonstration one. I'll show you one in a second, the teacher model. But I would like you to have a go at this. Okay, so here is a design that it's not quite finished yet, but it's got enough detail that I actually want to put on there. So you can see that everything's now 3D. All the details have been added into the windows. I've got these nice little deck boards down here. I've got the ceiling done. I've matched the ceiling from here and here as well, just to keep that aesthetics the same. And now I've got a new build at the top. Now around here as well, I have added a safety rail, because if you are on a balcony, if you do have a garden party on the roof, it would be quite nice to have a safety rail there for obvious reasons as well. Now, the final thing that you can add to this design is if you get your black pen and just go around the design using a black pen, but make the lines thicker all the way around, just the ones that's on the outside. You don't have to do all of them, just the ones that's on the outside. That will make the work just pop out that little bit more. So I'll do that now and then show you the end results. Okay, and there is that final drawing. Now, please don't be asking your teacher for a felt tip. Please use your black pens to do it. You can get the same effect using your black pens. You just need to double up on the bottom lines and then just a nice thin black line just on the outside. And that just finishes everything off. Right. So once you have completed that, once you have finished everything there, I would like you to do your own design. So the way to do that, the first thing that you need to do, we're going back to the previous lesson. First thing you need to do is to fold the paper in half like so. So we're folding the paper like this. So you've got something that looks like a menu, like so. You hold it in landscape. You draw the horizon line. So that's the line that goes through that split that you have just done. All the way across. We add the left vanishing point, right vanishing point, and it does not matter now for this task where you put that center point line. So if you want to put it here, put it here. If you want to put it in the middle, put it in the middle. If you want to put it here, that's absolutely fine. So I'm going to add mine here. No measurements here because I am going to be asking you to do your own design. So I just want you to be quite adventurous with this. I want you to explore and try different shapes and try different houses techniques. You might be able to add a traditional roof on there. You might be able to do a modern house, not just a cantilever. So here, like so, and now I can use it either way, either that way, this way. It does not matter as long as you are keeping your vertical lines all parallel to one another, and every other line either goes to the left vanishing point or the right vanishing point, just here. Okay, so the left or the right. Please have a go at designing your own one. I will leave this at the end of the video so you can take inspiration from it. Your teacher might be able to pause the video now to be able to use this, but please have a go. Grab your pencils, grab your rulers, grab some A4 paper, be good, and just have a go.